This is the way they'll score. 2 athletes, 1 male, 1 female per country. The competition playing out over 4 ends. 2 arrows per competitor in each end, so a mixed team will take 16 shots to decide the winner. And once again, we use cumulative scoring to decide the mixed team matches. And I have a man who's an expert in math, and so he'll keep score for us today as we get started with the mixed team bronze medal match. This will be a good one. India ranked 4th and Mexico ranked 3rd. The world record, by the way, 156 points, put up by Korea in Antalya 2 years ago in 2011. There's a good look at the team from India. Deepika Kumari and the youngster Atanu Das. They defeated the Dominican Republic and defeated Italy before falling to the United States and dropping down to the bronze medal match. Great look at the crowd on hand here in Medellin, Colombia. On a Sunday afternoon, they have packed the grandstands, and now the roar goes up for Mexico. Mexico, 2 points better than Chile, beat France by 7, and then lost to China by 7 as well. It's the dynamic duo of Aida Roman and Juan Rene Serrano. So
Mexico,
2 good teams really going at it.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say Mexico has a very, very experienced team. 2008, Serrano had 4th place at the Olympics in Beijing, and Aida Roman, I mean, she came away from 2012 Olympics with a medal. So, I mean, Mexico is clearly the favorite here to win, and the favorite by the crowds, as you could hear by all the cheering. You will definitely hear lots more cheering for Mexico from the crowd, but I mean, India's got a really solid, strong, but young team, and I wouldn't put it past them to, you know, take Mexico to even like a tie-breaking arrow.
So here we go. Atanu Das, just 21 years old, to take the first shot of this match. Ranked 41st in the world and starts off strong.
As you can see, the conditions on the field actually aren't as windy as they were before, but I mean, just in my experience here, that's just the calm before the storm in most cases.
Good way to put it. Deepika Kumari, 3rd in the world, #1 last summer, and she sticks it. So India sends a statement.
Yeah, 1 point down is a pretty good way to open up your set, and sorry, your end. And you can see Aida Roman just getting her bearings. Very strong shot. It's an 8 to the left, and as you can see, the flags are pointing to the left. So
got pushed.
It got pushed. I'm willing to bet that that's kind of their windsock arrow, just the arrow to get a feel for the field. And now she's probably relayed that information to Juan Rene, and he's going to aim a little bit to the right. And if he makes a strong shot here, puts it in the middle.
There you go. So she sent up the trial balloon.
And unfortunately, in the team round, you do have to designate somebody to say, you know, we're going to send you up there to find out what's the field doing, and then you could just tell us the information, and we use that information and do what we need to do to put arrows into the middle. Now the Team India is up again.
Mr. Das with an 8.
9 and an 8 for Mr. Das's first 2 arrows. We'll see if Ms. Kumari can put another arrow dead center in the 10.
Deepika, #1 in the world last summer, and picked up 2 silver medals at stage 1 to start off this season on the World Cup Tour. And she starts this match off as well as you can.
Kind of like a girls shooting better than the boys, like nah, 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 nah. But I mean, you're a team, you're working together, and it's a great thing to see India really sticking it down there to Mexico. 2 10s to tie. It's 9. So best Mexico can do is trail by 1 point.
Could be easier said than done under these conditions.
Yes, and we can see that the wind is picking up on the field of play. And Serrano's shirt still flapping in the wind. It's very difficult down there. And that's a 6.
As you can see from that shot.
So it looked like he was kind of searching for the arrow after he let it go, which kind of means that he let it go without being that confident in that shot. And I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a deficit, but I'm really sure that Mexico can come back from this and still take the bronze. But again, it's going to be a little bit hard to come back from this deficit this early.
37-32, India staked to a 5-point lead. Of course, Just to bring you up to date on what happened this morning, India won the women's team gold medal. China settled for silver, and the USA took the bronze. Meanwhile, in the men's team competition, it was Mexico beating Malaysia for the gold medal, and the USA took the bronze medal there. So that brings you up to date. India already has a gold medal in the women's team competition, now trying to get a bronze in the mixed team competition. And what people really cannot see, Crispin, is this building that we're up against, the Edificio Inteligente. There's a big breezeway that comes through there, and there's a lot of wind that's coming through there, affecting the arrow as it goes down the course.
Basically, we've got a wind tunnel on the right-hand side of the field, so on the side of the field closest to Mexico. And this little archway that's in the building is really compressing the wind and pushing it right across the field, and this is having an effect on the archers. And over lunch, between the morning session and the afternoon session, this wind started to pick up. There was lots of stuff falling over here near the World Archery booths, and a lot of archers trying to hold their equipment down. So
you were tying everything down.
We were tying, exactly. So to be able to shoot through that conditions, it really shows you how experienced these archers are.
So 17 points put up by Team Mexico with the first two shots. And that's dead center.
Can't get any better than that.
Atanu Das down the middle.
I'd love to see Deepika just split his arrow and
she's capable.
Exactly.
The silver medalist from the World Cup final in Tokyo last fall.
Now her front side was shaking just a little bit as she let that go. Right when she was aiming, I could see her arm drifting left and right, and that was the wind pushing her and not letting her aim as accurately as she's used to. Great shot from Miss Roman.
So Aida Roman, who won the first ever Olympic medal in archery for Mexico last summer in London, puts a 10 on the board and needs some help from her teammate Juan Rene Serrano, ranked 9th in the world.
And another 6. And
searching right now.
He was searching for that arrow again, and that was a really long hold. And what happens when you're holding your bow weight for a long time, you start to weaken. Your shot starts to get a little bit more affected by the wind. And just fighting through that can sometimes be, well, that's a good shot. Fighting through holding for a long time in the wind can be a big deficit for that archer. And so one of the best strategies to shooting in the wind is just to shoot quick and shoot strong with a nice smooth pull through the clicker.
So he who hesitates may be lost?
Exactly.
Deepika can find that center ring.
And with that at the halfway point, India is 10 points ahead of Mexico unofficially, and that's a very difficult place to be in for Mexico. But they've got a lot of support from the crowd, and you can see their coach trying to calm them down and just to tell them probably just do one shot at a time. Don't worry about what's going on here and just execute. And you see India's a little bit more relaxed down there, smiling and laughing, which is where you want to be at this type of competition. You don't want to be trying too hard. You've made it this far. You don't need to do anything else spectacular, and shoot your shots, and they're going to be 10s.
Tremendous support from the community here in Medellin, Colombia. They have turned out yesterday for the compound matches, turned out in droves today, even though nobody from Colombia is competing here on Recurve Sunday, but they've come out, they've supported this event.
I believe Ana Maria Rendon might
Oh,
be
that's right, you're right.
That's right, yeah.
Ana Maria.
We'll see her later on this afternoon.
So a 10-point deficit facing Mexico. As we head to the third end. And Aida Roman a little bit off to the right with that shot.
Yeah, it looks like the wind has died down just a little bit on the field of play. You can see the flags on top of the butts not flapping as much. So it just might be the overcompensation. But
there you go.
There you go. I don't think Juan Rene had any doubts about that shot. There was no searching, there was no hesitation, and it was just a really strong shot.
And he took advantage of the wind dying down.
Exactly.
To take that shot and scores the bullseye, his first of the match. Meanwhile, Atanu Das continues to shoot as though he's been in many of these matches before, which is not the case.
He's looking really solid right now, and Deepika Kumari has just always been a really strong shooter, and she needs a 9 here to maintain their 10-point lead. It's a 9-point lead. Still nothing to bat your eyes at.
So India with some points to play with right now.
And the wind is picking up yet again. We'll see what Miss Roman can do with this conditions. See her shaking a little bit, and there it is. That's a 5. It's really unfortunate, and it's kind of the luck of the draw on this field. Unfortunately, it's been known that like on certain situations, the wind just picks up only when archers are at full draw, and we can't do anything about this.
So when you release that arrow, it was on target. What happens between you and the target face?
Yes, exactly, and it's 70 meters away. That's
exactly
3/4 of a football field. So there's a lot of time that your arrow spends in the air, and it's arcing at about maybe 10 feet, 12 feet above the ground. So it's got a lot of air time, as it were.
Mr. Das with his eyes on the prize. What a shot.
Wow, that is an awesome shot. That is a great shot.
Mr. Das with 3 medals in 2011 at the Asian Grand Prix in Bangladesh, 3 more medals in this year's Asian Grand Prix in Bangkok. And Deepika says, well, if you can do that, I can do that too.
It's just solid shooting from Team India. Again, they're looking very calm, very confident, very relaxed. And I mean, right now it's a little bit frustrating for Mexico because they know it's kind of unfair that the wind blew Miss Roman across the target to make her hit that 5, but there's really nothing you can do about it right now. You just have to keep going strong. There's 2 more ends left, so theoretically it's possible that they can come back, but that means that India has to have a catastrophe, whereas Mexico stays perfect. But
and we've seen some catastrophes already yesterday and this morning in the women's medal match. Cheng Ming had a missed shot completely.
Yeah, and again, it shows you that this wind it's a very difficult field to shoot on, where really experienced archers like the team from China could be missing the target. So again, it would take a catastrophe, but it's going to be tough to tell, and I'm really excited to see what will go on here.
Ms. Roman, who was awarded her country's National Sports Award for winning a medal, a silver medal in London last summer, finishing second to Kibo Bay in a match that was decided by 1 point. But now the frustration's starting to set in.
It's a pretty good shot from Serrano. Again, the wind is still having an effect on these archers. And Serrano's already been on this field for his team match earlier this morning, so he's got pretty good experience on this field already.
Are you impressed?
I don't know what this guy is doing, but he's a machine right now. He's just pounding the 10 ring, and I'm very impressed. I really enjoy watching it when archers can take bad conditions and do well through the bad conditions. So it's great shooting by Atanu Das and Deepika Kumari.
They are dialed in right now.
Shooting as if there is no wind on the field of play.
They led by 15 points after the 3rd end.
Now it looks like a 29-point lead. 10 points.
Aira Roman trying to get some of those points back.
Hopefully this is the comeback that they were looking for.
The focus, the concentration, especially under these conditions.
A little bit of a hesitation there, but still pulls it off from the 9. Good shooting.
Held it for quite a while, but still made it pay off.
Best India can do now with 2 10s is a 20-point lead.
Just keeps putting up one shot after another. Atanu Das, who has competed but has not medaled yet in these first 3 stages of the World Cup Tour. That appears to be about to change.
now an 18-point lead for Team India over Mexico. Very tough to come back by. Oh, sorry, that's the match.
That is the match. 150 to 132. It's over. And under these conditions, we mentioned before that the world record is 156 points put up by Korea in Antalya 2 years ago under windy conditions, obviously there on the beach. For India to put up 150 points, Tanu Das and Deepika Kumari, that's impressive.
That's very impressive. I'm curious to see if the people in the gold medal match will be able to put up a score that high. And I mean, it's going to be coming up in a couple minutes, so we'll be able to check that out.
So the bronze medal goes to India. And India, winners of the women's gold medal this morning, now take the mixed team bronze medal. Final score of 150 to 132. India getting out to that 5-point lead early on, adding 5 more points in the second end, 5 more points in the third end.